You may have heard it said before that we are all either currently in a storm, about to go into a storm, or we just came out of a storm. The truth is that all of us will experience pain and suffering in this life. And it's really common for us to ask us in the midst of this struggle and suffering, where is God? And if you're asking that question, you are not alone. I've asked that question many times. People have asked that question all throughout time. And there are just some really great examples in the Bible of people who struggled through this question and cried out to God. David is a great example, and we're going to look at one of the Psalms that David wrote in Psalm 57. And one of the things that I just love about it that's so remarkable is how he practices telling himself the truth. As he's crying out to God, he's also reminding himself of the truth. So let's walk through Psalm 57 together as we look at how David alternates between acknowledging the truth of his situation and what he's going through, and also remembering the truth of who God is and where his hope is. So we're looking at Psalm 57. He says, "Have mercy on me, my God. Have mercy on me, for in you I take refuge. I will take refuge in the shadow of your wings until the disaster has passed." It's a disaster. He has anxiety, and yet he has hope. "I cry out to God Most High, to God who vindicates me. He sends from heaven and saves me, rebuking those who hotly pursue me. God sends forth his love and his faithfulness." And then he goes on to express his fear. "I'm in the midst of lions. I'm forced to dwell among ravenous beasts, men whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues are sharp swords." And then he pivots again to praise and to hope, where he says, "Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth." Back to the fear. "They spread a net for my feet. I was bowed down in distress. They dug a pit in my path, but they have fallen into it themselves." And then David goes back to worship. "My heart, O God, is steadfast. My heart is steadfast. I will sing and make music. Awake, my soul. Awake, harp and lyre. I will awaken the dawn. I will praise you, Lord, among the nations. I will sing of you among the peoples. For great is your love, reaching to the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let your glory be over all the earth." I think David gives us such a great example of how to cry out to God, how to reach out to God in the midst of our struggles. He acknowledges the truth of his situation. He's not diminishing it. He's not pretending like it doesn't exist. He's telling God the truth about what's happening in his life. And at the same time, he's telling himself the truth about who God is. He's reminding himself of the truth. And I want to leave you with that encouragement today, that if you are in the midst of a storm, if you're in the midst of suffering, in the midst of a struggle, and maybe you're not in the midst of one right now, it's a good chance you just came out of a hard time where there might be one ahead. I want to encourage you to acknowledge the truth and the reality of your situation, and also remember the truth of who God is. How can you invite God into it? How can you lead yourself by reminding yourself of the truth of who God is? Have a great day.